Back in bed again? Jeepers. Hey, kia ora, good morning. Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Mesa in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling start to your Tune Up Tuesday. Wow, I have to say, yesterday was very interesting with all of the rain and everything that came through here, and hearing of places like Vegas getting snow. Malibu Beach had snow. I'm like, wow, this is weird and wacky weather. Weird and wacky winter weather. There you go. Try saying that 3 times fast. No, thank you. Don't want to. Uh, We've already had a hailstorm, a light hailstorm come through here this morning. There's more rain in the forecast today. I don't think the winds are going to be as high as they were yesterday, which is good. There's no damage to sparkles on any of the awnings that were left out, or the tire covers are still in place. My sewer hose was still in place. Um, but yesterday I did get a little angry with Zeffy. She was overly vocal, and I kept telling her shh because I had a very bad tension headache going on, and I was trying to get I had one thing left to do that would have taken me like 2 to 3 minutes, and I told her, I said, "So just give me 5 minutes. I'll get this done, and then we can go on our walk, or we can, yeah, because it's before the walk." And her high her high pitched whining with a tension headache does not mix very well. And in the end, she was standing over here by the shower looking at me, and she's and whining and stuff. And I just went, Zeffy, and she just kept, and so she'd increase the thing because, oh, you're talking to me. Okay, I'll talk back. I'll talk back. She's going, just shh, use your inside voice and all that. And so she'd start whining louder. And it just got so much for me that I finally just got my hands and I went whop down on the table. And she just shut up. And then she very slowly backed up on her things. And I said, Zeffy, I am so sorry. I said, but Mummy's got a bad headache and your chatter is not helping. And she backed up so all that I could see peering around the corner at me was her head. But she didn't do it fast. She just very slowly backed up. And I was like, but she's okay. We've had snuggles and cuddles since then, and all is forgiven. And she still comes when I tell her to come. So um, we're all good. But it was just, I felt so bad about that moment for frightening her after the beginning that she's had in life. And but it was just, it got too much. Her whining just got way, way, way too much with my tension headache and all of that. And yeah, so we had a little chat as soon as I finished what I was doing. I got up on the bed there. We snuggled for a bit, and I just had a talk with her. I said, okay, and all she could think about was playtime. I thought, thank goodness, all this. And I'm trying to. She laid there for a little bit, and then she said, like, I've had enough of this, and then she just wanted to play. So we then went for our evening walk and things between the rain showers because we had to wait for the rain to stop. Because she won't go outside if it's raining. She actually puts her feet on the floor and is like, nope, not going out there. So that was the first and only time I've really lost my temper with her, and would never hurt her. And I always keep telling myself, I'd never hurt you and intentionally hurt her. I might step on her paw from time to time because she's right behind me and I don't know that she's there. I've done that a few times, but even then she doesn't yelp. She doesn't yelp when I do that. So um, yeah, we got over the excess whining thing yesterday, and she's been very good since then too. So, and the headache is gone. Thank goodness! Yay, the headache is gone. But anyway, so had to forgive myself for losing it last night and get off it, and had to ask Zeffy for forgiveness and apologize to her as well. So we made everything right. Yes, I don't like getting angry with my dogs. But anyway, Tune Up Tuesday. So what were we talking about? Self talk. After talking about all this talking, self talk. What is it? You know, we may have these great goals that we're going for. We may act a certain way around people. How do we act when we're by ourselves is a big clue as to whether or not you're going to be successful, as well as what's going on between these two things. So what's going on inside here plays a huge, huge part on whether or not you're going to be successful. If you're always constantly tearing yourself down because, oh, I can't do that. No, I don't even know why you're going after that. You know, how many times do you hear your voice going, I don't even know why you're even bothering writing down goals. You never do them anyway. What is it that why do we self-sabotage ourselves? And this is a big thing, and something I have struggled a lot of years with is self-sabotage. Thinking that, oh, I'm not good enough to be around these people, and I'm comparing myself to other people. We are all unique. We are all individual. We all have our own thought process and everything else. for a reason. And it all comes about what image do you have of yourself, and what what thoughts do you have going on in your head? What's the self-talk that's going on in here? So I learned a long time ago, and it's something I struggle with a lot. I will be upfront, I struggle with it a lot. But I have to go at times and look myself in the mirror. And one of my coaches one time, she says, get eyeball to eyeball with yourself in the mirror. And I'm like, okay, well, this will be easy. I get that. It was the hardest thing to do. And she said, now when you're eyeball to eyeball, she said, start telling yourself what you're grateful for. And I'm like looking myself in the mirror and I'm like, I can't talk. And I had to look away. It took a lot of practice to be able to look myself in the eye and tell myself what I was grateful for about me, who I am, and about my body shape, my body image, and all of that sort of stuff. And then I had to start telling myself, once I was grateful for that, I had to start telling myself, yes, I'm grateful for this. I love myself the way I am. Do I still struggle with this? Absolutely. I am statements became a huge part of the self-talk thing. You know, I am beautiful. I am worthy. Total mind blank. I do I am statements on a daily basis and I can't think of one. You know, but use I am statements to help lift yourself up. Change the I can'ts to the how can I's. I can't do this. Okay. Maybe it will not work for you the way it is right now, but how can I make it work for me? So instead of saying, well, I can't. And here's the thing, is the brain doesn't know the difference between can't and can, or no and not. So if you turn around and say, I'm not going to get sick, all the brain hears is, I'm going to get sick. So you turn it around and go, I am healthy. I have a super immune system. So you start working around things that way. Instead of saying, well, oh, everybody else around me is sick. Well, I'm not going to get sick. The brain doesn't know that. I'm not going to get the flu. You end up with the flu. I'm not going to get a cold. You end up with a cold. Because the brain can't comprehend, the subconscious doesn't know what not means. So it just says, I am getting a cold. I am getting the flu. So you now turn around and say, I am healthy. I have a super immune system. My body is a, what's the word I use? My body is its own pharmacy. Because I heard this really cool thing in, what was it? It was one of the secret books. It wasn't The Secret, it was one of the follow-up ones. And they're talking about that when you have something invade your immune system, it's all about the power of the mind and everything. When you have something invade your immune system, you have your little, you have the white blood cells, which are the ones that fight infection. They're like your little paramedics and they're your medical team. So they come running along to this area where there's been an invasion, be it a virus or a bit of bacteria or a scratch or an insect bite or something like that. They come running along to the area, the little woo. So I get these little visions now. If I scrape myself, all I can think is the little white blood cells. And it's good, they're white. Nurses and doctors usually wear white. We got this down pat. Ambulances are typically white with bright colors on them. So I get these pictures of my little white blood cells driving the little ambulances or through the bloodstream to find out where this invasion is happening, and getting out and they're analyzing it. And in the audio book, because I listen to the audio book of The Power, I think it's called. The Power? Yeah, I think it's The Power. And she talks about how they come along to this thing, they have a look at what is invading our body here, what is invading our space, what is invading our city, our town, whatever you want to call your body, what is invading this space, and oh, okay, well, what is this? Have we had this before? And they go to their little filing cabinet and they look it up. So I imagine them standing there with their little catalog cards going, no, not there. This one. They're doing their little immediate research, and this is all taking place in seconds, in milliseconds. And they're looking through no, we haven't got anything like this in here before. Okay, let's start a new file. All right, what do we need to start combating this? And then they start going to work and combating whatever the illness is or whatever it is that's invaded your body. But if it's something that's come back again, they go, yep, here's the card. This is what we have to do. And the body goes to work of, okay, this is what we did last time. We had a cold invade. Let's go do it again. Excuse me, because it worked. So I love that thing about the thing. So every time I think of my healthy body, I think of my my little white blood cells going through. They're my little paramedics, my doctors, my little nurses. They're going through and they're treating all of these things that are trying to invade my body. This is why I have a super immune system, because I have the most awesome blood cell paramedic team on medical team on hand. So start thinking of things like this. You got your little paramedics there. You got your little white blood cells. They're your medical team, and they're doing an awesome job at keeping you healthy. So take advantage of them. They're a healthy immune system. They're keeping you healthy. Take advantage of them. It's amazing what the body can do when you get in the right mindset, and be grateful for your little white medical team. White blood cells, that's what they're there for. They're there to help them fight infections. And that's why when they take blood tests and stuff, they're looking at the white blood cell count to see where is it at. Is it very high, which means there's an infection going on in the system, or is it very low, which means that they may not be fighting an infection. Now I think there's some, so that's basically how I look at it. If it's low, we're on patrol mode. We're just cruising around. My little medical team's just cruising around the body, just having a nice lazy day, but they're fully alert. It's my little medical team. And then if anything starts invading the body, they're like, whoop, red light goes on and through the bloodstream to get to wherever the problem is, and they take care of it for me. So that's how I have a super immune system. So when you start listening to books like The Power, and you're hearing things like this, it's very easy. Well, for me it is. I know some people struggle with imagery, but it's very easy for me to have my little white blood cells as my medical team, and they're in their little white ambulance and their little red light going woo woo as they drive through the bloodstream. And then of course it brings up images of those movies. What was it, Inner Space, where they injected the people in the little spaceship into the bloodstream to go get rid of some brain clot or something that was in the person's brain. It was an inoperable tumor or clot or something. So they miniaturized these people, put them in a little spaceship thing, and sent them through the bloodstream. I kind of imagine. I have a crazy imagination. Can you tell? Isn't it awesome? It's awesome. I have the best imagination out there. So it's taking care of things like that. So using the I am statements to say I am healthy, I have a strong immune system. And the second I start feeling a cold coming on, my body, I've gotten to know my body so well that I know when it's starting to get run down. I know when there's a cold trying to invade, and I know what I have to do, because my little medical team, my little white blood cells medical team, they tell me what I need to do. And so they tell me what they need to help keep my body super healthy. So I just go listen to them, go do what I need to do, and they take care of the rest. Because when I take my vitamin C, if I feel a cold coming on, I take 3,000 milligrams of vitamin C 3 times a day. I drink copious amounts of green tea with honey and lemon, and I also have some oils that I take as well. And my little medical team, they know exactly when those things hit the body. They know exactly where they need to go. They know exactly what they need to do with it. I'm just providing what they need to do what they need. So we work together as a team. Anyway, what am I up to? Motivation speech. So how many times, there's been times when I have felt run down and the sparkle's a little dull, it needs a little polish. So I will sometimes stand in the middle of the RV, and Zeffy may look at me strange, but I will stand in the middle of the RV with a hairbrush in my hand. This will take some of us back to being kids. How many times did you stand with a hairbrush in your hand and pretend it was a microphone? And now I am pacing up and down my stage, which happens to be the length of the RV here in the living area, and I am delivering a motivation speech to the crowds of people that have come to see. I'm one of the keynote speakers at some event, and I come out of stage, which is coming out of my hallway here, by the shower and the bathroom here, coming out of that little hallway onto stage, and depends which way I'm facing. I don't know, usually the couch. And I basically pace up and down the living room area giving my motivation speech to this crowded room of 3,000 people. I'm giving them the most amazing motivation speech that they have ever heard. And basically it is me talking to myself, getting myself revved back up, getting out the polish to polish up my sparkle and get me back on track again. And there's been times I've said like, okay, I'm going to do a 20-minute speech. We got this. We can do a 20-minute speech. And like an hour and a half later, my throat's really dry. Oh, I need some water. And I look at the clock and go, oh, so much for a 20-minute speech. And so I'll just do my quick wrap up and then go get something to drink. So, self-talk. Always when you're self-talking to yourself, always put it in a positive light. There may be something negative happening in your life at the time. Find something in that moment to be grateful for and give yourself a pep talk about it. You could do that motivational speech thing in your head if you wanted to, or you could pace up and down your living room or your office with your hairbrush in your hand, or if you actually have a microphone, put it in your hands. Sometimes I couldn't be bothered going to get my microphone, so it's just grab a pen, boom, microphone, um, and start pacing up and down the room, giving this motivation speech. So, yes, they're quite entertaining. Some of the stuff, some of the crap I come out with is hilarious. I crack myself up. But anyway, that's it for me. I'm out of here. I got to go get some work done today. I have some amazing tasks that I get to complete today. Yay! But first of all, I got to go call the office and let them know my mailbox blew over yesterday, so they can come and put it back upright before the mail person gets here in about an hour. Anyway, have a super fantastic sparkling day, and we will catch you guys later today. Heck on hera!